Man, so many of you guys have said to me, Ivan, if you want to do your posterior chain, have you considered good mornings? Man, so many of you guys have said this, at least 20 or 30 messages about this. There's been so much traffic recently on the channel. It's been like really unbelievable, like almost breathtaking to see so many people watching my videos. Never planned it to be this way, but my favorite thing about it is the discussions that we have in the comments. A lot of you guys know a lot more than me, some of you guys, man. Lots of good discussions, lots of good suggestions. At least 20 or 30 of comments have been around the good mornings. And I've always said, my reply has always been around, yeah, it's a great exercise, but I'm scared. Anyway, after 30 times replying the same, the same answer, I kind of started thinking about the time that I did good mornings. It was probably 4 or 5 months ago that I experimented with good mornings. Had a good experience, but then I gave it up because of fear of injury, because I was kind of getting a little bit heavier in the weight, and I was kind of getting more and more scared of it all. And then it occurred to me, I kind of started thinking about it last night and the night before. Then it occurred to me, a lot of people say that the deadlift is a really dangerous exercise because people, snap their spines doing the deadlift. And I've been doing the deadlift all the time. And why am I doing the deadlift all the time? Because I'm doing very lightweight. And then it just occurred to me, I connected the two dots and I went, why don't I just do good mornings with a really light weight? So if I do lose concentration, if I do misgroove a particular rep, I'm not going to end up in a wheelchair. That's what I've actually said to some of you guys. I don't want to end up in a wheelchair. And then I thought, hell man, why don't I just put a bar, empty bar on my back and do it for 10 sets? See how that feels. And that's exactly what I've done today. 10 sets of 20 reps, good mornings, feel amazing, absolutely amazing. You guys know that I've been kind of experimenting with posterior chain. You guys know very well that I believe now wholeheartedly to get better at the squat, at least for me, this is my experience. Every time I hit the glutes and hamstrings, posterior chain, kind of hip hinge thing, I feel amazing with the squat, man. My hip is completely going away. I don't get hip pain anymore. And it's because I started doing all these light deadlifts every single day. I open up every training session with a deadlift motion, some sort of glute and hamstring thing. I've done deficit deadlifts. I've done light deadlifts. I've done heavier deadlifts. Then I went to the commercial gym and I did, the Hyper 45 degree and the GHD. And ever since then, I've been kind of convinced I need to buy one or the other. I'm kind of leaning towards the Hyper, the 45 degree Hyper. Because I really feel like the majority of my training time should be spent in that kind of plane of motion, the hip hinge. It's just, I don't know what it is about it. Like, I know my squatting is very much upright, and a lot of you guys say it's very heavy on the knees and the quads. But every single time I address my glutes and hamstrings in this fashion, I just feel amazing. The really interesting thing is with the good mornings, as I'm looking at it from the side angle here, just as you guys, is that I started feeling almost like fatigue in the abs, which I don't recall having that last time when I did it 4 or 5 months ago. I literally feel my abs contracting like crazy. And it kind of led to me thinking, man, this is like very good kind of six-pack exercise. Who would have thought? I'm doing it for the glutes and the hamstrings and obviously for the lower back, the erectors. But I never suspected my six-pack abs, getting fried. So it's really interesting because when I started doing the squats, and you'll see them in a second, I started feeling the limiting factor being my abs. My abs started kind of like really kind of cramping up on me, which is really bizarre because when I do the deadlifts and when I do, the 45 hyper, and even when I did the GHD, I never felt my abs contract this hard. So that's a really cool thing. But anyway, straight into the squats. And I feel so comfortable squatting after doing, 200 repetitions of good mornings. Just feels perfect, man. Felt strong. And then my mind started kind of, thinking here. I was thinking, okay, should I put some reps in today? Is it a good idea? And so I decided, okay, let's do sets of 5. So I did 5 with 60. I did 5 here. And I just feel really good with it. Like I feel really happy. My hips feel good. My knees feel good. My core feels really worked. Like right now, as I'm sitting here, making this voiceover, I feel my abs. I literally feel like I've just done an ab workout, which is bizarre, man, because it's supposed to be a glute and hamstring exercise. There's no flexion in the torso at all. Like I'm not flexing my trunk at all. It's just a contraction. Unreal, man. Unreal. So, thank you guys. Absolutely thank you. Man, I love this. I love this. So many good discussions. So I did 140 here for set of 5. Let's see how this went. Very, very good. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I'm so happy you guys suggested good mornings to me. And I'm really happy that I've kind of convinced myself to go back to good mornings with super lightweight. I'm not going to try and progress good mornings to a stupid weight because, once again, they scare me. They honestly scare me. I do not want to get injured. I said to one of you guys who suggested the good mornings to me about Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee snapped his spine with good mornings. Yeah, he was basically bedridden for about 9 months because of a back exercise that he was doing. Although I think he was trying to actually flex his lower back. He was really trying to kind of curl his lower back and then just went pop. So good mornings should be feared and revered very much so. So 160 here for set of 5. And this is where I felt my abs really giving me trouble. I was it was literally like spasming on me, especially through the sticking point. As I said to my cameraman, man, who would have thought? Good mornings are frying my freaking abs. Incredible. So anyway, I did 160 here and I thought, all right, what do I do next? I was too scared of 180 after doing all of this. So I went, let's go middle ground and put 170 on the bar. And this was 170. Moved slow. I suspect this is because of the good mornings. My core was fried. I didn't really have a lot of confidence in my core right now after all that work. So I 170 here. Yeah, slow but steady. Slow but steady. I'm quite happy with it. Anyway, I was so in love with good mornings at this point that I thought, man, I'm going to go back to them and put some more weight on. Obviously, I'm not going to go crazy with the weight, so I ended up putting 5 aside. It looks funny, doesn't it? Looks freaking hilarious when you see 5 kilos on a barbell like this. Anyway, I respect lightweight, man. I'm never going to be embarrassed putting this stuff up ever. I think lightweight has a place. Absolutely. If you feel embarrassed doing this stuff in the gym, you got to sort your ego out, man. Yeah, one of you guys said to me that, guys laugh at you when you do an empty barbell for 5 sets or whatever. Man, don't worry about anybody, man. You do you. You know exactly what your goal is and what your plan is. It's the bros that are always doing the heavyweight that are the weaker ones anyway. So just, who cares, man? It looks funny as hell, man, but screw it, man. You know exactly why you're doing it. And this was really, I know I spoke about the abs, but this was frying my freaking, my hamstrings. Like every rep was a stretch, every rep. I didn't feel so much glutes, but the hamstrings and my abs, they were getting a good old workout. Now, I suspect if you were to load this bar up, with 60 kilos, 80 kilos, man, that actually scares me thinking about it. But if you were to load and go maybe set of 5 or set of 10, you would really feel the whole posterior chain, including glutes, fire up. But that just flat out scares me, man, because if you slip up, snap city. Speaking about snapping a spine, I know Louis Simmons also broke his back, I think, twice with this exercise. So the good morning has a long track record of killing people, man. So respect it. So start very, very slow, and I would never do a 1 rep max with a good morning or anything like that, or even a triple or even a 5. 10 and above is what I would recommend people to start off with, and start really, really, really slow. Anyway, guys, I found a new posterior chain exercise. I'm excited about it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.